Hello, everybody. You don't want to miss this episode today. We've got Dr. Lakisha Simmons with us. She is the executive director of the Achiever Academy. She's working with young women to make sure that they have all the opportunities to succeed. And she has an interest and focus on one little challenge that I know most of us men completely ignore. Hang on to this one. You want to hear this episode, so stick around.
Welcome to the Your Mark on the World show with your champion of social good, Devin D. Thorpe.
This episode is made possible via the support of our sponsors, including Johnson & Johnson's Caring Crowd. Dr. Keisha, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me, Devin. I'm so glad to be here today.
Well, we're thrilled to have you, and we're so excited to learn more about your great work. It was fun connecting with you over Twitter, and I'm now excited to meet you in person almost, and look forward to learning more about your amazing work at the Achiever Academy. Tell us about it. What is the Achiever Academy?
The Achiever Academy is a mentoring and leadership, basically an academy. It's for young women. Middle school, high school, and college age is where we really focus our attention. And our whole goal really is to remove obstacles that girls and young women face when getting an education and moving into the professional world. So we're focused on soft skills development, personal development, professional development, and we're focused on developing these girls and young women to be poised, persistent, and prosperous in their adult life. So that's really our mission, and what we're focused on is tackling challenges for women who are trying to overcome obstacles in their life to be successful.
Well, that's very great. It seems to me that one of the issues that you deal with is girls who are struggling to pay for their own monthly supplies. How did you come across that problem? How did you discover it, become aware of it, and what have you been doing about it?
Well, one of the things I've learned over time is that women often suffer in silence. And last year, I read an article in a national magazine about a college-age student who actually got her cycle while she was in class. And believe it or not, she didn't have what she needed, because sometimes that happens. You're not always prepared because you can't always predict exactly when you're going to get your menstrual cycle. So when I read about her story and her wanted to start a movement to make period products more accessible for girls in schools, I thought, oh my goodness, she's really onto something. And it kept pulling at my heart. And so I started asking teachers and counselors who are friends of mine here in the public school system in Nashville, Tennessee, is this a problem here? And they said, oh, for sure. It's definitely a problem. It's at least once or twice a week, a girl comes to me and says she doesn't have what she needs, either at home or even here at school. And so I realized this was a bigger problem. I'm in Nashville, the it city. Right now, Nashville is booming. And to know that there are girls who don't have what they need in class or even at home, that was a real touchy point for me. I come from a really humble beginning, and luckily for me, I always had what I needed, and I'm thankful for that. But I know what it feels like not to have much, or not to have as much as you want or as much as you need. And so I really had to do something about this.
You've really made a name for yourself. You're super successful, super educated. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Yes, for sure. So my mother had me at 17 years old, and I'm a first generation college student. And I attended Tennessee State University here in Nashville. I'm originally from Indianapolis, Indiana. And education changed my life. It did. And it was a matter of a college tour that I went on in high school. And I had no idea what college was about, what it was like. And so that experience, being exposed to a college campus, changed my life. And so I went on to pursue my master's and my doctorate, and I received a doctorate degree in management information systems. in the School of Business at the University of Mississippi. And so my research is in information extraction and data analytics. And so education has meant everything to me. I'm an associate professor of MIS at Belmont University. I've developed an app named Homework Suite. It's an app for students to keep them organized and on track with their homework. And my research shows that students who use Homework Suite have less anxiety than those who don't, and they feel more organized. And so for me, just equipping and empowering students, and especially girls and women, to reach their fullest potential, that for me is so fulfilling. So coming from humble beginnings to now being a professor and helping other girls and women succeed, it really makes life very fulfilling for me.
We're going through, in our country, an unusual spectacle, really. And I can't think of a better word than spectacle as we look at the confirmation process for our new Supreme Court Justice candidate, nominee, Brett Kavanaugh. And one of the things that really struck me was, as we record this just yesterday, the president was mocking the woman that had, the first woman to accuse Brett Kavanaugh of inappropriate behavior, and mocking her in a ruthless and inappropriate way. I think there's almost no question about that. And he expressed in that, at that time, a fear for today's young men, that they will grow up in a day and age when they are not safe because of false accusations from women. I know it's a lot of a burden. It's not fair, but as you think about the young women that you work with, what would be the message you would want to give them today in light of all that's going on right now about their future and about how to prepare for their future?
Absolutely. This is a very challenging time in our society. And one of my goals is to really empower girls and women to be strong and to be goal-driven and focused. And so what I typically do with them is to just tell them to set goals for yourself and focus on those goals and try not to get distracted, because there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things that will be said. There's so many stigmas around being women and being believed or not believed, but they have to continue to overcome those obstacles. Again, coming from the background that I come from, I love my family and I love where I come from, but we've had challenges. And in this world, we have to learn to overcome obstacles and challenges. And the one way that you do that is staying focused on your goals, on your dreams, and having a support system. Mentoring is extremely important. Exposure to opportunities is extremely important. So I always tell girls and young women, get mentors. That's one of the main focuses in my academy, is mentoring. So professional women, on a daily basis, I'm receiving emails. I want to mentor a young woman or a college-age student or a high school girl who's looking for someone to guide them, to help them. Because as girls and women, if we can really support each other, then we can get through these very, very tough times and really have a great bond and reputation and stand together and be strong and overcome a lot of the obstacles that come our way.
Well, you have certainly done that. As you reflect on your life, your career, what are you most proud of having accomplished?
Wow. What I am most proud of, I would say today, has to be the Nashville Period Project. That has been a labor of love for me. So the Nashville Period Project was a month-long citywide initiative that I challenged the city of Nashville to raise and collect as many period products as we could to give to girls in Metro Nashville public schools. And Devin, when I tell you, I was overwhelmed by the support that we received. that definitely is the most proud moment for me, is because we were able to give back to girls in need. 43% of the students in Metro Nashville public schools are certified economically disadvantaged. That's almost half of the students in Metro Nashville public schools. This is public data. The Chamber of Commerce creates an education report card each year. And that number sounds unreal for its city, but that's how many students are struggling. We have 11 middle and high schools who are Title I funded, so they receive additional grants. And they're also our priority schools, which means they are really at risk and they have a high truancy rate. And so the Nashville Period Project was focused on bringing attention to those schools and those girls and collecting donations of pads and tampons for girls in that school to help them stay in school during their period. We really don't need any additional reasons for them to be out of school. So the schools don't have the budget to provide period products. So you find that there are counselors and teachers who will buy products and keep them in their desks for girls who may come and ask. But even that alone is a stigma, and it's embarrassing to go and ask, especially if you have a male teacher or male counselor at the school. So we wanted to give and make available as many packages of period products as we could, and you will never guess how many we were able to collect.
How many?
Just over 200,000.
Wow.
200,000 products. And we received a big donation from an organization called Period Partner. They donated 80,064 pads to us, and the city came together and donated over 120,000. And we've also received another opportunity from Helping Hands International, who wants to donate they want to match that. They want to donate 200,000 more period products to the Nashville Period Project through the Achiever Academy and make those available to girls in Metro Nashville public schools who sometimes, honestly, they're missing school during their cycle.
Oh, that's great. That's just fantastic work. As you reflect on all the great work you've been doing, what's the most important lesson you've learned?
The most important lesson that I've learned is that the more you can give and help others, the better your own life is. We tend to think about, wow, I wish this would happen for me, or why did this happen? And we ask so many why questions, and we sometimes focus in on what's not going well. But when you turn the focus to others and giving to others, I really honestly believe that's when you reach your fullest potential. I feel that through me using myself as a vessel to help other women and help those in need and be a voice for them, it has given me a happiness that I couldn't have on my own.
Oh, that's great. As you reflect back on your life and your success with the period products, especially, what was the connection? What motivated you to take responsibility for that problem?
You know, I just remember times of feeling hopeless at times growing up. And again, I'm very proud of my family. I'm proud of where I come from. Everyone in my family, they work hard. They are supportive and motivating. But there were times that I felt hopeless and I just couldn't see anything outside of where I was. And it wasn't until I went on that college tour and I was exposed to something bigger and greater and thought, wow, I can make my life my way under my circumstances. I just need to get to college. And for me, that meant making the grades. And since I knew there was a possibility to attend college, I made the grades and I took the student loans. I tell anyone, girls in high school don't have the financial support from their families, take the student loans. I took the student loans. I have a Ph.D. I paid off I have no debt. I have no debt at all. And so, but if I would not have taken those student loans, I wouldn't be where I am. I would not have the education because education changed the trajectory of my life.
That's amazing. That's great. I appreciate you sharing that. Dr. Keisha, one last question. What is your superpower?
My superpower is positivity. That is my superpower. Staying positive about the situation. You never know what's going to hit you. The day when you wake up in the morning, you might have a flat tire. You may get a call from a family member who's ill. You may fall and hurt yourself. But through it all, you must be positive. Stay focused, stay self-disciplined. A lot of people ask me, Keisha, how do you do all of this? You're an app developer, you're a consultant, you run the Achiever Academy, you're a professor. I have over 40 peer-reviewed quality publications in information systems research. And I'm a mom. I'm a mom of 2 boys. And I believe I do it because I focus in on helping others. And somehow being positive about that, I find strength.
No, that's terrific. That's terrific. Well, Lakisha, we're so grateful that you take the time to be with us today. We really appreciate it. I know you're busy, but before you go, would you take just 1 minute and tell people how they can learn more about the Achiever Academy and how they can connect with you personally?
Yes, thank you so much. So I would love for the audience and the community members to reach out to us at theachiever.me. That's theachiever.me. That's our website. And especially for women, they can go on there and learn about how to dress, body language, all the soft skills, those corporate etiquette and corporate behaviors and how to navigate the workplace. So we have a blog that's rich and full of articles, useful, hands-on, practical articles. Also, if anyone wants to reach me, you can go to my website, which is LakishaSimmons.com, and learn all about me and all of the things that I'm doing and speaking engagements. And I am preparing to go on tour in 2019. So the Achiever Project Tour, and it's an effort for me to connect with girls and women on a national level and motivate and empower through my empowerment talks, as well as my goal setting workshops, and of course provide girls in need with period products. Because what I found is girls who are economically disadvantaged, they have more need than just the product. They really need to feel loved. They need to feel encouraged and that they can do anything. And so that's what I do. I go to high schools, colleges, universities, speak to girls and really help them self-discover what their gifts are and how they can use those to impact the world and impact their lives. And so LakishaSimmons.com, you can learn more about the tour. And I'm finishing up a book that will be released by the end of the year as well. And so I would love for folks to reach out. I'm on Twitter at Dr. Keisha Simmons, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook as well as at Dr. Keisha Simmons, that's Kisha, and theachiever.me.
Fantastic. Well, Dr. Keisha, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. We wish you every success in your efforts to help young women become more successful.
Thank you so much, Devin. I appreciate you allowing me to share on your platform.
All righty. Let's do some good.
At Caring Crowd, we believe everyone has the power to make a difference. Through our crowdfunding platform for community health, we empower passionate people to drive real change. Whether you work for a nonprofit organization, volunteer, or want to get involved for the first time, you can post a campaign on Caring Crowd. Join us, because caring is where change begins.
Thank you for listening. Devin Thorpe's mission is to end extreme poverty, improve global health, and mitigate climate change before 2045 by finding and sharing the stories of those who are doing the most good. You can join with other listeners to accelerate Devin's mission by visiting helpdevin.org right now.